What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to do my breakdown for the promo that we got for The Walking Dead Season 9 Episode 4. But more specifically, I'm also going to be talking about that big Rick and Daryl fight that's going to be happening this episode, which looks to be pretty epic. So before I do begin, if you haven't seen the latest episode or you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead, spoiler warning. And if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe for daily videos. But other than that, let's get started. So a couple months ago, Norman Reedus said that Rick and Daryl are going to have a big moment at Episode 4, and it looks like that big moment is going to be a fight in like a pit of walkers, which is going to be pretty epic. But to begin, let's go off and start off in the beginning of the promo, and this episode looks to be action-packed and just packed in general, because these next two episodes are Rick Grimes' final episodes. They confirmed it, and yeah, a lot of stuff is going to be going down, and man, this isn't off to a great start. So the promo opens up with Maggie at the hilltop, and she's getting ready to go to Alexandria, because remember at the end of last episode, she is on her way to Alexandria to kill Negan, and obviously we know it's probably not going to happen because Negan is still around there in the second half for filming reasons. It's been confirmed, but I'm excited for this because we haven't had a we haven't had a Maggie and Negan moment at all since the season 7 premiere. So man, oh man, am I excited for these two to interact. And we see her talking to Jesus, saying that I'm gonna go make things right, obviously referring to killing Negan, and then we see Jesus going with her. So obviously I don't think Jesus is going to be agreeing with Maggie to go kill Negan, but Jesus is kind of like Maggie's right-hand man, so obviously he's going to go with her to Alexandria, I believe. But man, I am excited for this episode. But moving on in the promo, and then we have Rick here talking to Eugene, talking about the bridge, because he's saying there has to be a way for the bridge to, hold on. And I think this is why Rick is going to be redirecting that herd, because he sees a herd coming. Obviously the bridge isn't stable as it is, so the herd is definitely not going to help with that. So I think that's when I think that might be part of the reason why, Rick could, try to redirect their herd. But the next thing we see here is when the big stuff starts happening. We see Rick and Daryl on the motorcycle, and just this scene together with those two on the motorcycle, I just love it. But we know it's not going to end well, and they're definitely going to be getting in a fight, which we see next in the promo. I mean, this is so wild. They drop the motorcycle, and then Daryl like kind of swats the walkie-talkie off of Rick's hand. So I'm assuming like Rick is probably going to be calling for backup or something. And I don't know, man. I just hate seeing these guys fight. Like, as epic as this fight might be, like just seeing these two characters fight, like I don't want to see it. But then they roll down this pit, and it's gonna be filled with walkers, I'm sure. And we saw in the other trailers that walkers are falling into the pit. So this is gonna be mad chaos going on here. Because in the last few seconds of the teaser, it goes by really quickly, where we see some walkers falling down, and then Rick is kind of holding on. So it's gonna be tough, man. Now, do I think Rick or Daryl are gonna die in this pit? No, I don't think they're gonna die, because obviously Daryl isn't gonna die, but Rick has the next episode. But this is gonna be probably one of the last moments that Daryl does see Rick, and one of the last interactions he has with Rick, and that's probably going to affect him, because I think once Rick leaves, I mean, most people, once Rick leaves, we don't know if he's going to die or what, but to the characters, they most likely are going to think Rick is dead. So Daryl is probably going to put a lot of the blame on himself, and a lot of people pointed this out, that the episode 7 synopsis says Carol is out in the woods looking for an old friend. So a lot of people pointed out that that might be Daryl, because once Rick is gone, he might put that blame on himself and kind of exile himself and just go on his own. Same thing with Maggie. Maybe once Rick leaves or dies or whatever, Maggie puts that blame on herself and says, I could have done things Rick's way, and then she could have exiled herself too. Maybe she goes off with Georgie's group or something, because both these characters are the ones who are most against Rick's way of doing things. Everybody else might not agree, but they're kind of just dealing with it. These two are actually going to go out and do something about it. Daryl is actually flat out fighting Rick, so I do believe Daryl is going to definitely regret this. They both are probably going to come out of this safe and okay, but once Rick is gone, Daryl is going to be very regretful and have a lot of remorse of what he did. A couple other things in this promo that I want to cover really quickly. We see Jadis and Ann and Father Gabriel. Oh, Jadis is a better term now because she's at the junkyard. But we see her, kind of she tied up Gabriel and she's kind of teasing him with this walker. And we know her and her weird walker mechanics or whatever. She makes walkers out of weird things. But the thing that I noticed here is that bead, and it kind of resembles the lady that worked at Father Gabriel's church, the lady that Gabriel wanted Anne to draw. So obviously, you know, she's kind of, but I mean, I don't know if like she probably had it ready or something, because you know, she didn't expect this to happen. But I don't know, it's a little weird. You can see that she's teasing Gabriel with that necklace because that's what the lady at the church wore. But I have a video coming out later talking about this whole Jadis thing, because there was a lot of stuff to break down for that, so be sure to stay tuned for that video. And then also in the promo, we see a bunch of saviors and, you know, Rick's group. They're having problems again. They're putting guns at each other, and I think it's safe to say that these groups are never going to work together. I think those saviors who are good saviors, like maybe Laura for example, I think after Rick is gone, that second time jump, the saviors that are, I mean, here's the thing, I think everybody's going to be affected by Rick's departure, and after Rick leaves, everybody's going to be like, you know what, let's live out his dream of working together. But those saviors who don't want to do that, they most likely aren't going to be there for the second time jump. And then those saviors who are going to be helpful, if that second time jump is even real, we don't even know that for sure just yet because it hasn't been confirmed yet. But what I'm saying is, the saviors who are going to be cooperative and going to be working with our group, they're probably going to move forward into the next story arc, which is going to be the Whisperers. And then those who are dickheads and douchebags like Jed or Mud, whatever you want to call him, he most likely isn't going to be around, you know, moving on to season, you know, the rest of season 9. So man, these last 2 episodes of Rick Grimes, I feel like it's the last 2 episodes of the season, but we're only on episode 4 and 5, but it really feels like it's the end of the season because of how like fast they went through, you know, Rick's story, because Rick is going to be gone in 5 episodes. So much happened that I'm very excited to see how this wraps up, how this story arc wraps up, because once Rick is gone, we're kind of heading into a new chapter, which is something that I'm also very excited for. But yeah, that is the promo for episode 4. Very exciting. I have a bunch of other videos coming out, like a Jadis video, and then I have some Maggie videos and stuff, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and if you want daily Walking Dead videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.